To a new week. I just brought our friend Tita Beth. She is live streaming right now, so I wanted to share her out. Hit the like button. Start the morning off supporting some people. Who do we got here today? We got Selma. Selma is early. Stuart the Fish Whisperer says, "Good morning, my brother. Good morning to you, my brother." And Easy. Good morning, guys. So, hey, Easy, I'm glad you're here. I wanted to say I always appreciate those questions. It gives me an opportunity to clarify my own thoughts. You know, when you ask a question, you are teaching as much as you are asking. Does that make sense? You're facilitating a moment that I can learn and offer something to someone else at the very same time. So thank you. Give me a second here. So it says, hello, hello, hello. I'm still slightly under the weather. Bit of a cold or something else, something going around. Hi, Eve. Eve says, good afternoon, Yogi. Good afternoon to you. Good morning here from the eastern United States. It is just past 5 a.m. We got some love from Eve. And love right back to you, my friend. So as promised, I'm going to read from the Dhammapada. Dhammapada is collection of verses from the Buddha. Probably the first thing written down from the Buddha. Used to be that it was passed down in an oral tradition. This was probably the first thing that was written down according to the teachings of the Buddha. Easy says, thanks for guiding my insecurities about my past problems. Back down, Eric. Always happy to have those discussions. It is 13:02. So 1 o'clock, 1:02, right? I had a count. I was using my fingers. I was cheating. Stuart says, Eve, where are you? Eve says, so Stuart, hello, Easy. So I'm not going to read the whole thing. I thought about. Yep, Kenya, Stuart. I thought about reading the whole thing, but I think that might be longer than we want to do. So maybe I'll read a few verses today. I'll read a few verses tomorrow. So this is the twin verses of the Dhammapada. It's the beginning. Again, this is the original teachings of the Buddha. It's very powerful because it talks about the power of the mind. We don't really consider the fact that we are literally creating the world that we see with the thoughts that we think, and we never question those thoughts, so we never question the world. We think it has to be this way. The way the world is the way it has to be because we think it's so. However, as soon as we question our thoughts, as soon as we realize the power our thoughts have in creating the world, a little bit of doubt comes in, and doubt is a good thing. Because if we doubt the solidity of the world, we now see that we can actually change the world just by changing how we think the world is. So here we go. This is the Buddha. All that we are is the result of what we have thought. We are formed and molded by our thoughts. Those whose minds are shaped by selfish thoughts cause misery when they speak or act. Those who roll over them as the wheels, sorrow rolls over them as the wheels of a cart rolls over the tracks of the bullock that draws it. Repeat that. Let me read that a little easier. Hey, Batgirl and Company. Hello, my friend. How are you? All that we are is a result of what we have thought. We are formed and molded by our thoughts. Those whose minds are shaped by selfish thoughts cause misery when they speak or act. Sorrows roll over them as the wheels of a cart that rolls over the tracks of the ox that draws it. All that we are is a result of what we have thought. We are formed and molded by our thoughts. Those whose minds are shaped by selfless thoughts give joy wherever they speak or act. Joy follows them like a shadow that never leaves them. So, you want a better life. You want a better world. You want a better anything. What do? You can go out into the world and you can march for peace. You can give to the poor. You can, I don't know. If you go out in the world and you do all this stuff, it doesn't change the world. It has never changed the world. No single act, no petition, no march, no act of violence, no war has ever changed the world, has never changed the world for the better. However, here's how the world has changed. When one person changes how they think, the world begins to change. Think of the Buddha, for example. The Buddha became enlightened, and the entirety of Buddhism came forth. Jesus offered love. Jesus offered us the thought of love, and the world changed through Christianity. Krishna, Shiva, offered love, and we have the love that is the teachings of yoga. You want to change your world, think differently than you do now. Do you have thoughts of selfishness? Sorry, guys. Then you create a selfish world. Do you have thoughts where you see evil? Where you see this person is against me, that person is against me? Do you have thoughts of enemies? Do you have thoughts that you are being controlled by other things or other people, by events? That's the world that you create, because your mind creates the world that you live in. If you want a different world, if you want a different life, change your thoughts. How do you change your thoughts? I'm glad you asked. You have to be aware of your thoughts. So it says, we have changed the world for the worse. The world's been the way that it's always been. It's been the way it's always been. Because we keep thinking the same world into existence. If you want a better world, don't think that it's anyone else's responsibility. It is your responsibility to change your thoughts. And you change your thoughts simply by being aware. If you have the thought that we have changed the world for the worse, then the world is for the worst. Because your thoughts have created that world. Your responsibility, no one else's. If you want a better world, you change how you think. Meaning, when you become aware of your thoughts, just by being aware, you can now enter a different thought. If you are having thoughts that we've changed the world for the worse, what if you switch that? As in, I can change the world for the better. I can be kind. I can be selfless. I can be giving. I can be loving. Never concern yourself with anyone else. Don't even concern yourself with the world. Concern yourself with what you can do by changing your thoughts. Can I be kind in every present situation? Can I forgive and forgive and forgive? That's it. You want to change the world, it's your responsibility, no one else's. Batgirl says, Stuart the Fish Whisperer, good to hear. Tita says, slow, Tita, my friend. I just shared you out, and I just mentioned you at the top of the conversation. Batgirl says, hi, Eve. Hey, is anyone here not subscribed to our friend Eve? If you could subscribe to each other. Greatly appreciated. We are going to get Eve to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month, by the beginning of the year. Stuart says, hello to Tita. Tita says, like your live stream. Thank you, my friend. Stuart says, everything humans touch turns to mush. Not necessarily. When the Buddha became enlightened, the first thing he did was touch the earth to bear witness to his enlightenment. Touch the earth. He blessed the earth. When Jesus needed to commune to his Father. He went to the desert, sought nature, blessed nature. So we simply change our thoughts. Stuart, if you have a thought, everything humans touch turns to mush, what if you changed it? That everything I touch, everything Stuart the fish whisperer touch turns to love. That you have the ability, through your thoughts, to create a peaceful world. You. Never concern yourself with anyone else. What they do, what they bring you. Remember the title for the great book came out in the 80s? What you think of me is none of my business. It's not none of your business, it's none of my business. What goes on in someone else's head is what goes on in someone else's head. Concern yourself what goes on in your head, and you will create a different and better world. Beckel says it all depends on the person. It does all depend on the person. And that's why you can never rely upon another person to change your world. If you want a different world, think different thoughts. Become aware of the thoughts that you're having. And just entertain the notion that things could be different. Batgirl says, Eve subbed. Thank you, Batgirl. Stuart sings, I can be brown, I can be blue, I can be violet skies, I can be purple, I can be hurtful, I make everything all right. That's pretty. I like that. I was talking to General Yogi. I know you were, Stuart. I just use everything as a moment to, as a teaching moment. Not that I'm teaching other people. I'm teaching myself. I teach what I most need to learn. I learn what I teach. So everything that comes, especially in the 5 a.m. conversations, is a teachable moment for me. So everyone who comes in here, you're my teacher. You are my teachers. And I appreciate you being here. Eve says, Batgirl, watch a video and leave a comment. So I'm going to continue just a few more with the Dhammapada from the first teachings of Buddha. He insulted me. He struck me. He cheated me. He robbed me. Those caught in resentful thoughts never find peace. He insulted me. He struck me. He cheated me. He robbed me. Those who give up resentful thoughts surely find peace. For hatred does not cease by hatred at any time. Hatred ceases by love. This is an unalterable love. I'm going to repeat that one more time because I absolutely love it. And it happens for all of us. He insulted me, he struck me, he cheated me, he robbed me. Those caught in resentful thoughts never, ever, ever find peace. Because it's always me against them against me. How dare this person do that? But here's the same thing, the very same thing. He insulted me, he struck me. He cheated me, he robbed me. Those who give up resentful thoughts surely find peace. If you just give those thoughts up, no one can do anything to you. Nothing. No one else's thought, no one else's comment, no one else's anything can do anything to you that you don't agree with, that you don't allow. And it's so much peaceful to navigate the world with that sense of peace. I can be in peace no matter what happens. I wrote about that this morning. I've mentioned before my own issues with basically a lifetime of depression. And it gets worse in the wintertime. It gets worse in cold. And it's gotten harder as I've gotten older. And at the same time, it's gotten easier as I've gotten older. Because I am beginning to accept what is without having to change it, without having to fight against it, without having to demand it to be anything other than what it is. That's the nature of forgiveness. Forgiveness doesn't say, I forgive you for what you did. It says, I forgive you for what is present. Batgirl says, Eva left a comment. Eve says, thank you, Batgirl. Thank you all. I appreciate you guys connecting with each other. Because that's how we do it. That's how we just continue building a quality community, one person at a time. It can seem overwhelming if you see, if we're seeing the negativity of YouTube or the negativity of social media in general, but it changes with you. You just make one connection. Open your world to one little act of kindness, and everything begins to change. Sorry, guys. Looking at my watch. I'm going to be taking a walk in just a few minutes. So again, those are the twin verses. Hatred does not cease by hatred at any time. Hatred ceases by love. This is an unalterable love. Unalterable law. There are those who forget that death will come to all. For those who remember, quarrels come to an end. It's really important, and that's found in all traditions. In the Sufi tradition, it says, die before you die. Die to the self so that you can awaken in spirit. There are those who forget that death will come to all. Every single one of us. Death is a very important reminder. Continues, for those who remember that death comes to all, quarrels come to an end. Carlos Castaneda in the Toltec tradition talked about if we embrace death as our advisor, a large amount of our self-importance would vanish instantly. Hey, Tandra. Tandra says, good morning. Hey, Squirrel Sniper. So, if you're standing in line in a supermarket and you're demanding the line to move faster, that the person ahead of you doesn't write a check, doesn't have a bag full of coupons, that things are different than they are. If you simply imagine that death can come at any single moment, how important would that be? Would you just fall in love with the moment and all that it offers? Stuart says, Squirrel Sniper, good morning, my brother. Stuart says, good morning to everyone. Hey, Bushka. Bushka says, good morning, Yogi Eric. Good morning, my friend. Stuart says, Bushka. Hey, One Tap. One Tap says, good morning, brother. Good morning to you, my friend. Bushka says, that's just the beginning of a new start. I agree. But it's also such a great teaching opportunity just to consider that right now, death could tap us on the shoulder. That's why Carlos Castaneda in the Toltec tradition said, death is always present on our left side and is ready at any moment to tap us on the shoulder. If we realize how brief and fleeting the impermanence of life actually is, we would give importance to that which is truly important. We would give importance to love. We wouldn't waste any time. If you knew that death was going to tap you on the shoulder right now, would you have a petty disagreement with your loved one, or would you embrace them and say, I love you? Pushka says, hey, Stuart, how you doing? So, we were talking about goals. We were talking about helping Eve get to 5,000 subscribers. At the same time, we're helping our friend Tandra get her watch hours as soon as possible. Minimum 3,000 watch hours. So if you could watch a live stream, if you could watch a playlist, if you could even watch one video, if you could even watch one short video, it all adds up. It all helps. Here's my long-standing policy. If you're on YouTube, if you have a channel, if you have a goal, and if you need something, if you need help, ask, and I will help you. I will do what I can, whatever that might be. Tanya says, I've just hit 1K today. Thanks, everyone. Awesome. Let's just keep it rolling, guys. So it says, I'm heading back to sleep when Yogi ends his live. That's not going to be long. It'll be a few minutes. Just a few minutes. One tap says, how lucky we are to be here. Absolutely. Perfectly said. And you know what? It truly is a gift. We didn't ask for it. We simply woke up today and life was gifted us. The ability to take a breath, the perfect atmosphere, the sun in just the perfect angle to warm our bones. Everything. Everything we need has been given at this very moment. Sniper says, what a wonderful time to be alive and to see through the veil of deceit. Absolutely. Stuart says, Bushka, I'm good, thank you. Sniper says hi to everyone. Bushka says, congratulations, Tandra. Sniper sending love to Tandra. Let's see, where is Eve? Eve is well on her way, guys. 4.26 subscribers. Let's keep that rolling along too. If you see Eve live, could you share her out on your community page and ask people to subscribe? Definitely won't regret it, guys. And watch. We can help our friend Batgirl and company out. I'll tell you why I support these friends. Because they're putting out high quality, loving videos. They're sharing a little bit of themselves. When you share a little bit of yourself, it just makes it easier to want to help you out, you know? Tanya says, Yogi, something about the loop. When you get the footage, don't use it as a short, as YouTube doesn't like it when you reuse the content. Gotcha. Did not know that. I will keep that in mind. I did think about using it, Tandra, so thank you. Sniper says, have a great walk. Thank you, Sniper. Bushka says, my phone going. Have a great day, everyone. You too, my friend. Thanks for hanging out, Bushka. So I still don't even know where to start with that loop. I got to get, Tanya says, because I did. Sometimes that's how we learn, you know? But you know what? Tanya says, someone told me. And now you shared it. So sometimes we make a lot of times we ask ourselves, why did I make this mistake? So you can teach other people not to make that mistake. So I appreciate it. So, hey, Tandra, what's my job for today? What's my one starting point? The one thing I can do today, just one, to get ready to do that loop from ground zero. That's what I need. And then I'll put that in my little notebook. Footage. Got ya. Well, I have a lot of unused footage. How long does it have to be? Footage. Wrote that down. I got to become better with my note taking too. As I'll jot something down and I'll look at it hours later and I think, what did I even mean by this? Okay, all right, so I do need to get something a little bit longer than what I've been doing. Tanya says 1 to 1.5 minutes. Sabine says, see the world through your heart, send love and light. Beautiful. Sabine, beautiful. Hello, my friend. Sabine says, good morning, everyone. Tanya says, look into Restream. All right, look into Restream. Do you think Restream is better than StreamYard? Not better, but do you prefer it, I should say. I'm going to go, Tandra, you are going to be my loop guru. So I'm going to do what you recommend. So Restream, longer footage, 1 minute, 1.5. Sabine says 15 minutes or longer for 1 hour on YouTube. 15 minutes. I could do a video of me doing my workout, but man, who wants to watch that? I was thinking nature. Tanya says I prefer StreamYard, but it isn't free anymore. $10 a month. Sabine says congratulations. I am on a budget. $10 a month could buy me a bag of lentils. Could buy me a week's worth of bananas. Stuart says 1 hour, 15 minutes gives you 2 hours on YouTube. Gotcha. So other than price, are there advantages to Restream over StreamYard or StreamYard over Restream? Tanya says it's the file size for a loop. So 1 to 1.5 minutes. So I'm actually signed up for StreamYard. I have an account. Don't remember my password. I don't have it on my I don't have the phone. I don't have the app on my phone because I have limited space left on my phone because of all the nature shorts that I have saved up. I'll see what I can do on my computer. It's that technical stuff that bogs me down. All right, guys, in about 2 more minutes, I'll head out and take my walk. Sabine, I hope all is well with you and Timo, my friend. I have 2 videos to watch that just came up in notifications for you guys on Rumble. So I'll be there this afternoon to check you guys out. Tanya says there's an offer at the moment for $10 a month. Smith says, yes, all is fine. So does StreamYard do everything that, or does Restream do everything that StreamYard does? What would, if I went with Restream because it was free, what would I be missing? Anything? That's my last question, guys. I promise. And I hope this conversation helps other people who might be considering between the two. I see so many people getting more watch hours. I don't need any more watch hours. I'm already monetized. I wouldn't mind. I'd like to get to 10K subscribers. I'm thinking by March, but hey, sooner, that's okay too. So it says, yeah, Yogi, it's the same, but I don't like it. It's too complicated on a phone. All right. So StreamYard, see if I can muster up to $10. It might be worth it. If I, if I think of it as an investment, if it increases revenue, I have mentioned that I know a lot of people aren't interested in making money on YouTube. I am. I am interested in earning an income on YouTube so that I can continue doing what I love to do. Simple as that. Tanya says, I prefer StreamYard, easier to use. It's the same thing Stuart's saying. Since I appreciate both of your guys and respect your opinion, StreamYard it is. Thanks, guys. Much appreciated. I'm going to be honest with you. It needs to be 99.9% idiot proof for me. I am technically deficient. I have not yet even mastered the use of a microwave. I've mentioned before, if the toaster didn't pop up automatically, I'd be at a loss. If a teapot didn't whistle by itself, if I had to program a whistle on a teapot, I would never drink tea again. Stuart says, it is idiot proof. Thank you, Stuart. I appreciate that reassurance. Batgirl says, catch you next time, guys. Thank you, Batgirl, my friend. Tanya says, we will get you there, Yogi. Thank you, Tanya. All right, so today I'm going to do a little longer footage. Bye, Easy. Thank you. I'm going to do a little longer footage today. I'm going to film something for a minute and a half. And get the app for StreamYard and try to remember my password. That's my first step. My first step in the world of loops. All right, with that, it's 5:30, guys. I'm going to go out and take my walk. Stuart says he's going to go back to bed. I don't blame him. I'm going to look for you guys later today, whatever you're doing. I got Tandra up. I'm going to have her up and running in just a few minutes. Sabine says, okay, I'm off as well. Take care, everyone. Have a great day. Bless you all. Thank you, Sabine. Bless you, my friend. Stuart says, sweet dreams. Good night, Stuart. I will see you later today. So it is Tandra for the morning. Her playlist will be up and running. If anyone else is here, if you need help with something, let us know. We are all here for each other. Guys, thank you again. Sabine says bye. Bye, Sabine. Bye, Tandra. Tandra says thanks, Yogi. You are welcome. Thanks, guys. I'll see y'all later.